Ladies, let's be honest. Skirts have been in our closets longer than some of our favorite TV shows. But just because we've celebrated a few more birthdays doesn't mean we have to settle for styles that scream retired librarian in hiding. No offense to librarians, they've got some serious flair these days. Today, we're going into 9 skirts that flatter absolutely everyone at 60. Whether you're curvy, petite, tall, or somewhere in between, we've got a skirt with your name on it. These aren't your granddaughter's fashion trends that look like they were made from recycled curtains. No, these are timeless, elegant, and yes, still a little flirty. So if you've ever stood in front of the mirror wondering if skirts were still your thing, spoiler alert, they absolutely are. Let's get into it. Let's get one thing straight. Turning 60 doesn't mean turning off your sense of style. In fact, for many of us, this is the era where we finally dress for ourselves. Not for the job, not for the date, not for the PTA meeting. It's about comfort, confidence, and yes, a bit of class that whispers instead of shouts. Fashion over 60 isn't about hiding. It's about highlighting, accentuating what we love, downplaying what we don't, and finding those pieces that say, I've lived, I've learned, and I still look darn good in a skirt. Because if we've learned anything over the years, it's that style doesn't age. It evolves. If that sounds like your kind of fashion philosophy, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay with us. We've got skirts to try on and confidence to celebrate. Skirt 1, the A-line skirt, the universal flatterer. Let's start with the A-line skirt, the little black dress of the skirt world. It's called A-line because it forms the shape of a capital A, fitted at the waist and gently widening toward the hem. And just like that favorite friend who always tells you the truth but never forgets your birthday, the A-line is reliable, flattering, and surprisingly fun. It cinches at the waist, or at least creates the illusion of one, and gives your hips and thighs just enough room to breathe without announcing their presence. It works for every shape: apple, pear, hourglass, or rectangle. And no, you don't need a fashion degree to style it. Just a nice tucked-in blouse and a little confidence. Pair it with kitten heels or a smart pair of loafers, and you've got a look that says, I've arrived, without having to shout it across the room. Skirt 2, the midi skirt, the Goldilocks of hemlines. Now, if there were a skirt that understood balance, not too short, not too long, just right, it's the midi skirt. This beauty hits somewhere between the knee and ankle, and it's the unsung hero of age-defying elegance. Why? Because it gives you coverage without looking like you're trying to sneak into a Victorian novel. A well-chosen midi shows just enough leg to keep things breezy, while still saying, yes, I've got grandkids, Mike, but I also have great taste. It flows, it drapes, it moves with you, not against you. And with the right fabric? Oh, it's poetry. Think soft cotton for a daytime coffee date or a silky pleated number for that art exhibit you said you'd visit last spring. Add a belt to define your waist, a tucked-in top, and maybe even a light scarf. And suddenly you're not just dressed, you're styled. Skirt 3, the wrap skirt, because you're still the boss of the bow. The wrap skirt, part style statement, part confidence cape. It's the skirt equivalent of saying, yes, I can tie my own life together and look fabulous doing it. This design wraps around the body and ties at the waist, giving you full control of how snug or forgiving you want it. Great for days when you're feeling yourself, and also for days when lunch came with dessert and you're not sorry. The magic of the wrap skirt lies in its adjustability and graceful drape. It creates a gentle curve at the hip, flatters the waist, and adds a touch of movement that says, yes, I still enjoy a good breeze. Go for light fabrics in warmer months, or a heavier knit in cooler weather. And don't be afraid of patterns. A bold floral or classy geometric print can work wonders. It's stylish, it's easy, and best of all, it listens when you say, looser please. Skirt 4, the pleated skirt, for movement, grace, and a hint of drama. Let's talk pleats, not the stiff schoolgirl type. We're far past detention, thank you very much. We're talking about soft, flowing pleats that catch the light and make every step feel like a soft jazz number. A well-made pleated skirt adds instant elegance and just the right amount of drama, the kind that turns heads without causing a scene. It skims the body without clinging, moves like poetry in motion, and flatters without trying too hard. And if you've been told pleats add volume, not these. Modern pleats are sleek and intentional. Choose vertical pleats for a lengthening effect, and avoid overly stiff fabrics unless you're planning to serve high tea at Buckingham Palace. Pair it with a simple top or even a cropped blazer, and just like that, you've got a look that says, yes, I've read 3 novels this month, and I still know how to twirl. Skirt 5. The pencil skirt. Sleek, smart, and still has it. Ah yes, the pencil skirt. Sharp, tailored, and just structured enough to say, I may be retired, but I could still run a boardroom, or at least a very efficient book club. The pencil skirt hugs the hips in a way that's more polished than provocative. It's straight, it's clean, and when done right, it glides over your shape like it was custom made. Bonus, it pairs beautifully with everything from a crisp blouse to that cardigan you only bring out when someone important is visiting. For added comfort, look for versions with a bit of stretch or a back slit. Because grace is one thing, but we still need to walk like humans. And while black is a classic, don't be afraid to try navy, cream, or even a rich burgundy. The right pencil skirt doesn't ask for attention, it earns it. Skirt 6, the maxi skirt. Drama in the best way. Now, if the midi is balance and the pencil is precision, the maxi skirt is a full-on declaration. I'm here, I'm graceful, and I take up space, in the most stylish way possible. Maxi skirts sweep the floor, or flirt just above the ankle, giving off a regal air with zero stiffness. They're the perfect companion for days when you want to feel elegant but not encased. Think flowy fabrics, subtle prints, and an effortless sway that whispers sophistication. They're also a blessing for anyone who wants full leg coverage without sacrificing charm, especially on breezy days when you're sipping tea on the patio and suddenly feel like a 1970s movie star. Pair with a fitted top to balance the volume, maybe a wide belt to cinch the waist, and you've got a silhouette that's both commanding and graceful. Skirt 7. The button front skirt. Subtle detail, big impact. The button front skirt is like that friend who always brings the best wine to dinner. Understated, dependable, but full of charm when you look closer. With its clean line of buttons down the center, this skirt adds vertical interest, read, elongating magic, and a touch of vintage appeal. Whether the buttons are purely decorative or fully functional, they give structure without making the outfit feel stiff. It's especially flattering for those who like a bit of tailoring but don't want to fuss with zippers or overly tight waistbands. Plus, if you happen to choose one with pockets, well, that's just a win for humanity, isn't it? Go for a denim version for casual chic or a linen blend for something more relaxed but elevated. It's the kind of skirt that says, I may be running errands, but I still know how to dress like a lady. Skirt 8. The tiered skirt. For texture, movement, and a touch of boho grace. Let's talk tiers? Not the emotional kind, we've handled plenty of those, but the lovely layered kind that make tiered skirts such a delight to wear. This style features horizontal seams that create soft, gathered layers, adding texture and gentle movement. It's playful without being childish, dramatic without being over the top, and forgiving in all the right places. In other words, a dream. The tiered skirt is perfect for casual days when comfort is key. Think lunch with friends, garden parties, or just breezing through the weekend with a smile. And depending on the fabric, it can be dressed up or down with ease. Pair it with a tucked-in blouse or a lightweight sweater and some soft sandals, and you'll look like you stepped out of a travel magazine, one with good lighting and even better taste. Skirt 9. The bias cut skirt. Effortless elegance with a silky swing. Now here's a skirt with quiet power. The bias cut skirt. It's not flashy. It's not trying too hard. But when you walk into a room wearing one, people notice. Why? Because it hugs just enough, flows just right, and moves like it was choreographed by Fred Astaire himself. Cut on the bias, a diagonal direction of the fabric, this skirt naturally follows the curves of the body without clinging. It gives you a flattering silhouette that says, yes, I've lived a little. and I've learned what looks good. Often found in silky, satin-like materials, it's the kind of skirt you could wear to dinner, a wedding, or just to the living room because you felt like being fabulous that day. Top it off with a simple blouse or even a soft cashmere knit, and you've got a look that whispers sophistication with a wink. Skirts to avoid. Now, we're not here to police anyone's closet. You've earned the right to wear what you love. But let's just say, some skirts have earned their retirement. For example, the ultra-tight bodycon minis that require prayer and shapewear? Let them rest. Loud neon prints that look like they escaped from a beach towel? Maybe not ideal for lunch with friends. And bulky, shapeless skirts that make you feel like you're hiding under a lampshade? That's a no from us. The goal isn't to be trendy, it's to be timeless. Choose structure over stiffness, flow over fluff, and grace over gimmicks. The right skirt should highlight you, not try to steal the show. So there you have it. 9 skirts that prove style doesn't retire at 60. It just gets smarter, softer, and far more fabulous. Remember, dressing well isn't about impressing anyone else. It's about expressing yourself. And if these skirts make you feel confident, elegant, and a little bit like the main character, then they've done their job. If you enjoyed this video and believe that great style only gets better with age, don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and share this with a friend who still rocks a good skirt, or could use a reminder that she absolutely can. Until next time, stay stylish, stay confident, and remember, the best accessory is always a little bit of attitude.